Welcome to Right on Track, a songwriting podcast. Thanks to Tone for tuning in. I'm Demi Michelle Schwartz, and I'm thrilled you're joining me on my songwriting journey. So kick back and relax, don't fall flat, and remember, stay right on track. Hey everyone, welcome back to Right on Track. Joining me on the show today for a chat is Chandler Marie. Hi Chandler.
Hey, how are you?
I'm amazing, how are you?
Doing great.
Perfect. I'm super excited to have you on the show today. We have lots to chat about. But before we dive into all of the specifics, I would love for you to share with the listeners a little about yourself and your journey in music so far.
Yeah, well, I am a singer-songwriter originally from McDonough, Georgia, and I moved to Nashville back in 2020, COVID year, and after college, and was actually a teacher for 3 years before I got into the music scene. Was juggling both at the same time, and then went full on music. And yeah, now we're just kind of writing and just seeing where the Lord takes us next.
That's amazing. So, what made you want to get into the music industry in the first place?
I always had kind of a dream to do music. I just didn't really know where to start. And when I moved here and got the teaching job, it was kind of my foot in the door to, okay, I'm here. How do we start this? And just kind of, like all things, events happened and wrote songs about it and kind of put them out. And we just kept on doing it, and it's been good so far.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. So, first, let's talk specifically about songwriting. How would you describe your songwriting process? Are you more of a lyrics girl, or do you like focusing on the melody and music first? How does your process typically go?
It's always different. It's kind of, "Oh, I have this hook. Oh, I have this idea," or it's like, "I've been meddling around with this, like, melody." I know that playing guitar is not my strong suit, so, I always just come in with either an idea or a melody, and we kinda write based off that. If I'm solo writing, it's kind of more of a melody that I have, but with co-writes, I normally have, like, "Oh, maybe we could write with this idea," and just kinda go from there. But it's never, like, set in stone, it's always different. It also depends on, like, who you're writing with and their style, so it's always different.
Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. Similar experience with me too, and completely relate. I can play guitar well enough to accompany myself at shows and things, but not the best at guitar. I do not play guitar on my own recordings.
I totally understand. I've gotten a little better over the years, but definitely I wanna make sure I bring my strongest suit to the right, and I just know that that's not it, so I let someone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I grew up playing classical piano since I was 10, so piano's my instrument. Guitar can do it, but not my fave.
Yeah, I took piano lessons when I was younger, and I couldn't get behind it, so I went to guitar, and I liked it a lot better, so we're just a little bit opposite.
Perfect. So I did see that you had the chance to perform on the Spotlight stage at CMA Fest. What was that experience like?
Yeah, it was so exciting. I applied to be on a stage this year, so fingers crossed, but just being able to, like, get recognized even though it was a smaller stage, like, it's still such a big moment. Being an independent artist, like, in any type of genre, getting to play for a festival like that is insane. And so it was kind of an adrenaline rush. I prepared for it for so long, and then I got to play my 3 songs, and then I was like, "Oh, it's over." But it was so much fun. We got to, be little VIP moments and go backstage and get, like, a little meet and greet after. Props to CMA Fest workers and volunteers because they were the most caring and nicest people that I think I've ever met. They were so helpful with all of our questions because it was our first time ever playing CMA Fest. So we were a little bit lost on where to go and, all of that. So they were amazing and overall one of the best experiences. And I really hope to get to do it again.
Yeah, no, I hope you get the chance to do that again too. What songs did you perform for that?
I did song Chase You, my song Here's to You, Missing Pieces, and I think I got 4 actually, and then I did my debut EP title track, Just Getting Started.
Perfect. And that's a great transition into another question I have for you. So I know you recently released your lead single off your album called Like a Man. And as a songwriter too, I think evolution is really important and seeing growth as a songwriter, as an artist from project to project. So moving from your debut EP, just getting started, to releasing the debut single off your album, how do you feel you've grown over that period of time?
Oh my goodness. I feel like I've grown so much just in writing and just the people that I've connected with and who have helped me get this far. Truly, it's an act of God just getting me here. Through prayer and just faith that, this will take off. But just like reading lyrics and looking back to where I was writing my first ever song, big difference. And I feel like my songwriting has improved with more of being comfortable with saying what I want to say and not really holding back anything. And just if people don't like it, it's kind of my art, and I want to put it out there to people because there are people that do like it, and it's kind of just me building more confidence and having more confidence in the lyrics that I'm writing.
That's amazing. And I completely had a similar experience from my first project too. The one I'm working on now, I think it is difficult when you're first starting in music because there are a lot of moving parts to it. Your songwriting, recording in the studio, performing, developing your brand and your sound. Like there's so many things that go into it. And when I first started, I was extremely overwhelmed and I was trying to improve my craft as a songwriter and I was taking voice lessons to try to improve as a singer. And in the studio, especially, I was really not confident. Like I didn't like hearing myself through the headphones. It was like really disorienting. And so just listening back even to my first album, I still love it so much, but I can tell compared to the music I'm working on now, like the songwriting is so much better and my voice is better, the production, just like everything. And I think it's really great when we can recognize stuff like that because it shows our evolution. And also, like, I'm not looking back on my first album and going, that's bad. I wish it was better because that was where I was at that time. And I think it's really cool to kind of see each single, each project as a little time capsule in a way of a point of time we were at when we were working on that music and seeing how we change over time.
Oh yeah, and I'm so glad you said that too because it brings me back to like I always go back to my first song that I ever released. It shows up on my time hop. Oh, it was release day, like however many years ago, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like I wouldn't change anything about it because you grow from the things that you've done. But I'm like, oh, I feel like that could have been a little better, but I still have it to look back on because and I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm where the Lord wants me to be right now. So we're happy about it, and I'm excited to see what's coming next.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I would love to hear more about when you found out that you were nominated for Josie Music Awards.
I found out back in May or whenever it was last year. I was nominated for 8 awards, and I didn't win anything, which is okay. You don't always win. It is totally recognized as an independent artist for something that you did and you crafted. So that my songs were noticed for 8 nominations. That was really exciting.
Yeah, and I love the JMAs. I think I've been, gosh, I don't know. I think the first year I was nominated was 2022. Um, I won once in 2024 for the Songwriter Achievement category, and that was the first time I won with them. But it's crazy if you look at the percent though, because they share the percentage of submissions that get nominations, and it's an extremely little number. And so, like, I have the same perspective too of like winning would be great, but there are so many people submitting in all these categories, and just to get nominations is a great accomplishment.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of people there, and there was one of them. It's like only a certain amount of people actually get in this category, and I was like, oh well, thank you. I was recognized. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, for sure. So now I would love to chat more about Like a Man. So what inspired this song?
Oh, this song. I was in a room with three other amazing co-writers: Kylie Sackley, Dana Purdue, and Stone Eiley, and it was three girls and one guy. And Kylie was like, "Let's write a song about just like." Be a man. Like, I was like, let's do it because I have like a little bit of Miranda Lambert sass in me and it's the red hair. It comes out. And we all just kind of looked at each other. We're still the only guy in the room. We're about to, dog on this song for a second. um, but it was just kind of like men need to be men nowadays, and we're not gonna stand up for, you know, being, you know, trashed in a relationship. Like, you need to leave, and we're not gonna put up with being treated badly anymore. And it's to the point where you just need to go. We're better than that. You know, guy or girl, to be honest, like guys can, you know, stand up and be like, I'm gonna be a man. I don't need to be put through this relationship anymore. This girl needs to leave, or vice versa, whatever. And we were just like, let's write a song, and a hardcore song that really gets it out there to people that you can just jam to.
That's such an empowering message. What was it like to record this song?
It was so much fun. I went to the recording studio, and this was the first time my dad actually got to go with me. My mom always usually comes, but my dad stays back and works. And he loved this song from the demo when I sent it to him. So getting him to like hear it in studio was really cool, and just having like my mom and dad there with me as well. But just being able to, there's so much overlap with this song, and like singing it live is, like, kind of difficult, but when you actually get to hear it in recording with the background vocals and the overlaps, it's like, "Whoa." Like, it's so cool being able to be behind the scenes of how a song comes together.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm all for the ad libs, background vocals, to the point there are some songs of mine that when I sing them live, it's like, wait, I gotta make choices because, like, how am I supposed to sing like all this?
You gotta take those breaths when you can.
I know. I'm constantly running out of air. It's a problem. Oh man. So, with the debut album coming, what can listeners expect looking at this song as the lead?
Yeah, I don't wanna give away too much, but I feel like with an album coming up, we don't exactly have a date, but there will be one, eventually. With this, I want it to be show, like, the rawness of my songwriting, but also like I have a vulnerable side. So there's a lot of mixture gonna be in here. Um, so I'm very excited to see and for people to hear, you know, softer tones of Chandler Marie, and you know, some more hardcore stuff, and maybe some rock. I don't know. I don't want to give away too much, but open to interpretation, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. So, from your time doing music so far, what is the hardest lesson you've learned?
Oh goodness, the hardest lesson. You're not always like I said, you're not always gonna win something, and if someone is there's so many people in this industry, and anybody can take this away from you at any second. If you don't there's someone if you don't work hard enough, there's always someone on your toes who will or on your heels that will work even harder. So always putting in the work, and you can't slack off. It's not just gonna be handed to you as much as I would love that for that to happen. Um, but you just have to work hard, and that is a big lesson that I've had to learn. And also with the day and age that we live in now, I swear I was born in the wrong generation, but social media is a very big part of this industry now. So you just have to be passionate about the entire craft, not just the music, even though that is one of the most important things, but just the whole aspect, and work hard, get in the rooms, meet people, network. And that was one of my biggest challenges was first starting out, I was so scared to write with other people because I was like, "Oh my gosh, they're gonna judge this lyric that I say. They're gonna think it's so dumb." But branching, like I got through my like first, second co-write with people, and I'm like, you know what? You just got to get over that. Get over, spit it out. If they don't like it, they don't like it. But maybe there is something in there that we can craft, or maybe they love it. It's just so that was a big lesson I had to learn, and a big challenge, just to work hard and build some confidence.
I love everything you said, and I also think too, once you start to get recognition, like the award nominations and like getting to perform at CMA Fest, you can look back and see that all your hard work led there. And in a way, like, yes, we would like things to just fall into our laps and be given to us on silver platters, but that's not how things work. And I'm kind of happy that isn't how things work because it's rewarding when your hard work and your dedication leads to things. It's you're putting in the work and you're making that happen for yourself. And I think that's just so rewarding and great to look back and say, all these steps I took led me here and I did that.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Like you said, we would love for it to be handed to us, but it also I don't like being given things. I was always raised, you know, you work for what you get, and so I like putting in the work. It's sometimes I'm complaining, I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I have to film another video for social media." But it's not really a complaint. It's just like a, "Oh, social media unfortunately is part of the music
Yeah.
industry."
I know, oh, man.
And record it, but you gotta put it out there to the world, and that's how people see it. But, yeah, just working for it, and, you know, for me, everyone's like, "Oh, well, you don't really have a full-time job," but I'm like, music is a full-time job even though I may not be getting a paycheck for it like I would like to right now. But I'm working even when I'm not working. Just, "Oh, let me sit down and write a song." That's work, Just different things like that.
Yeah. No, for sure. So, fun question for you. If you could sing a duet with any artist, who would it be and why?
Mm, a duet with any artist. Okay, I always go back to this one, but I definitely would sing. I don't know what song it would be, but I would sing a duet with George Strait. I feel like I love that man. He's always been one of my favorites, and I grew up listening to him with my dad and my mom all the time. And I went to one of his concerts in Vegas, and I would love to do a collab with George Strait and get kind of like an older country with a newer country and just vibe. I feel like that would be so cool.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I did notice too that you kind of blend like the modern country vibes with kind of like 90s country. So, what's that like for you to take these different kind of country sounds and blend them together?
Yeah, I really think that's kind of what my where I found my sound. I've been a 90s country girly from the start, but also I love different genres. I love pop, I love rock. I grew up listening to the band Styx growing up, and I just want to kind of incorporate different sounds so that it'll impact all different kinds of listeners. But then I also have a Western feel, I feel like, in some songs, and I don't wanna be tied down to one thing, but I also don't wanna stray too far from my country roots, so I just kinda throw in a little bit of everything to keep it new, keep it fresh, and hopefully the listeners enjoy it as well.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. So, just to wrap up our chat, what advice do you have for any songwriters listening?
Oh my goodness, keep going. I know it's hard to branch out and meet new people, but message them on Instagram. Reach out if they don't respond. Keep messaging. Um, I promise you that they're not getting annoyed. They're just probably not looking at their messages, like me. Um, honestly, just keep going as much as possible. Like it doesn't have to be a co-write every time, but if you are something that has something you're passionate about and want to write it. Put it on social media, send it to someone, pitch it. Just keep going and meet as many people as possible.
Yeah, amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Can you please share with everybody where they can connect with you online and listen to your music?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. You can find me anywhere at Chandler Marie Music. My website is chandlermariemusic.com. Spotify is all Chandler Marie. So you can search that and you will look for the redhead. That's me.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And listeners, that's a wrap on this chat with Chandler Marie. And of course, until next time, stay
Stay
right
right
on
on
track.
track.